My dear child, there is nothing I created in you that is shameful. Your body, your desires, your longing for love, all of it was designed with purpose, beauty, and intention. But in a world where love is often confused with lust, and connection is traded for convenience, I see your heart aching, wondering what's right, what's holy, what's real. Sex is not dirty. It is sacred. I made it to reflect something far deeper than a physical act. I created it as a covenant, a symbol of unity, trust, vulnerability, and divine love between two souls. In Genesis 2 verse 24, I said, "A man shall leave his father and his mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh." Not because I wanted to limit your freedom, but because I wanted to protect your heart. You've been told by the world that it's just physical. But you felt the emptiness afterward, haven't you? That hollow silence when the connection fades. That ache in your soul when love was promised, but only your body was touched. I never intended for you to feel that pain. I made intimacy to be healing, not haunting. To the one who feels ashamed of their past, I don't condemn you. In John 8 verse 11, I told the woman caught in adultery, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." Hear that again. Neither do I condemn you. Your story isn't over. Your worth isn't defined by who touched you or how many times you gave in. I see your heart. I know your tears. I'm not angry with you. I want to restore you. And to the one waiting, I know it's hard. I see the longing, the loneliness, the nights you question if purity is worth it. But trust me, real love waits not because it's weak, but because it is powerful. Real love honors, protects, and commits. And one day, someone will see you not just as a body, but as a soul. They will hold your heart before they ever hold your hand. Until then, stay close to me. Let me love you first. In a culture that normalizes everything, dare to live sacred. In a world that confuses love with pleasure, choose truth. In 1 Corinthians 6 verses 19 to 20, I remind you, your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore honor God with your body. Not out of fear, but out of reverence for the miracle that you are. If you've stumbled, come back. If you're confused, ask me. If you're hurting, let me heal you. I'm not distant. I'm not silent. I'm the Father who still loves, still forgives, still waits with open arms. Sexuality is not a sin, misuse is. But even then, grace abounds. My love covers all shame. My truth sets free. And my arms are always open. Sex was never meant to be shameful. I designed it. I formed it with my hands, not just for pleasure, but for purpose. It's not a mistake. It's a gift. It's not about rules or restrictions. It's about relationship and reverence. I formed your body to be holy, not hidden. I created intimacy to be a reflection of my covenant, my faithfulness, my oneness with you. In Genesis 1 verses 27 to 28, I said, God created man in his own image. Male and female he created them. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply. My blessing was upon your union, your oneness, your love. I did not design sex to be casual, because you were never meant to be treated casually. You are sacred, and what is sacred should never be thrown into what is temporary. I know how hard it is in this world. I know how often you've been told that sex is just an urge, just a transaction, just a moment. But I didn't make you for moments. I made you for eternity. Every time you give yourself away without commitment, without trust, without love, something inside you feels that loss. That's not guilt. That's your soul longing for something deeper, because you were made for more. Maybe you gave your body to someone who didn't see your heart. Maybe you were used, lied to, or left. Maybe it wasn't your fault at all, and you carry a pain you never asked for. Hear me now, it was not your fault. And you are not dirty. You are not broken. You are not too far gone. My son, Jesus, didn't die for the perfect. He died for the hurting, the lost, the misled. And in Psalm 34 verse 18 I said, I am close to the brokenhearted and save those who are crushed in spirit. I'm right here with you. There is healing in me. There is redemption in me. You don't have to carry shame anymore. Come, lay it down. I want to wash you in grace, not guilt. I want to speak life over every lie that told you your worth was found in your performance, your body, or your desirability. You are loved because you are mine. Period. And to my children who are waiting, holding on to purity in a world that mocks it, I see you too. I know the loneliness. I know the nights when temptation whispers, when singleness feels like rejection, when waiting feels like punishment. But let me promise you this, you are not missing out. You are being set apart. You are guarding the garden of your heart for someone who will tend to it with care, not trample it with ego. In 1 Thessalonians 4 verses 3-5, I said, "For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality, not in the passion of lust like those who do not know God. Not because I'm cruel, but because I love you too much to watch you settle for less than sacred." Sex within marriage is not bondage. It is freedom. It is safety. It is fire within the fireplace, not burning down the house. It is a dance between souls, a place where trust and truth meet. I never said love was only for the perfect. I said love always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 7. And yes, I know, some of you are struggling with desires you didn't choose. You feel tension between your feelings and my word. Child, I still love you. And I invite you, not to hide, not to hate yourself, but to walk closely with me. I will not abandon you for your temptations. I will walk beside you in them. Holiness doesn't mean you're never tempted. It means you trust me enough to surrender your desires for something greater, for me. I will never ask you to give up something unless I have something far better to give in return. You see only the moment, but I see the future. You see heartbreak, but I see healing. You feel alone, but I am right here whispering, "You are mine. You are worth waiting for. You are still pure in my sight." I'm not calling you to perfection, I'm calling you to me. Come as you are, and I'll begin the transformation. Come with your regrets, your questions, your scars, and I'll give you peace, clarity, and purpose. This world may celebrate freedom without boundaries. But my child, that is not freedom. It is bondage dressed up as choice. True freedom is found in love that honors, in intimacy that reflects my heart, in lives lived unashamed in my presence. So take my hand. Let me heal your heart. Let me restore what was broken. Let me show you what love was always meant to look like. Not stolen moments, but eternal covenant. My beloved child, you may not realize it yet, but you've always been seen, known, and deeply loved. Long before anyone ever laid hands on your body, I formed it with reverence. I numbered your hairs. I carved purpose into your soul. I shaped your desires not to confuse you, but to lead you into covenant, into something far more fulfilling than what the world has shown you. The world teaches you that sex is about release, about instant satisfaction, about freedom. But true freedom is not found in following every urge. It's found in mastering your body through my spirit. In Galatians 5 verses 22-23, I gave you a better way, the fruit of self-control, born from love, not fear. Because your body is not a toy for the world's amusement. It is my temple. It carries my breath. It carries your destiny. I know some of you were introduced to sexuality in a way that broke you. Someone touched you before they had permission. Someone whispered lies in your innocence. Maybe it happened when you were too young to understand. Or maybe you were just looking for love, and they took advantage of that need. Let me be clear, I was there. I wept with you. And I'm still here now, not angry, not distant, but ready to redeem what was stolen. In Joel 2 verse 25, I promised, I will restore the years the locusts have eaten. That includes the years when love was counterfeit, when your body was a battlefield, when pleasure left you more wounded than whole. I don't just forgive, I restore. I don't just clean the surface, I heal the roots. My child, sex isn't dirty, misuse is. When fire is in the fireplace, it warms the whole home. When it burns outside the boundaries, it can destroy everything. That's why I gave you guardrails, not to punish you, but to protect your heart, your future marriage, your peace. You deserve a love that lasts, not a night that leaves you empty. And to my sons, this message is for you too. Masculinity is not proven by conquest. You were not created to collect bodies. You were created to cover hearts. Real strength is not in dominance, but in discipline. Real honor is choosing to walk away when temptation knocks and say, I am a man of God, not a slave to lust. Your sexuality is not your shame, it is your stewardship. To my daughters, you are not an object. You are not just curves and skin. You are a crown. You are a daughter of royalty. You don't have to prove your worth by what you reveal. You are more than what fits inside someone's fantasy. You are my poetry, my art, my echo of beauty. And yes, I know, some of you are trapped in cycles, late night clicks, hidden windows, addictions that started with curiosity and turned into chains. You feel stuck. You promise yourself every night, this was the last time. And yet, it returns. Listen, child, you are not your addiction. You are not beyond freedom. In 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13, I said, no temptation has overtaken you except what is common to man. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. I always provide a way out. And that way begins when you let me in. Come into the light. I'm not asking you to clean yourself up before coming. Just come. My grace is not for the ones who have it all figured out. It's for the ones limping, crawling, barely holding on. You may feel tired of the cycle, tired of trying, but I'm not tired of you. I will never give up on you. The culture may normalize hookups, but I normalize healing. They promote quick pleasure. I offer eternal joy. They trade souls for moments. I give meaning for a lifetime. You choose, but I pray you choose me. When you feel tempted, whisper my name. When you feel unworthy, open my word. When you feel alone, remember this. I live in you. I weep with you. I walk beside you. And to those already in marriages that feel broken, distant, or full of shame, come back to me together. Intimacy can be restored. Passion can return. Forgiveness can bloom. If you both surrender to me, I can rebuild what you thought was gone. I'm still the God of resurrection, even for relationships. The enemy wants to twist sexuality into shame. But I want to transform it into worship, into something that reflects my goodness, my unity, my covenant. When two hearts surrender to me and to each other, sex becomes more than a physical act. It becomes a divine echo, a glimpse of heaven on earth. So here's what I ask. Guard your purity, not because you're afraid of me, but because you're honoring what I gave you. Heal from your past, not by pretending it didn't hurt, but by bringing it to me. Love with intention. Wait with purpose. Walk in truth. And above all, never forget, you are loved. You are not damaged. You are not dirty. You are not unworthy. You are mine. My child, there's something else I need you to hear, something few talk about in churches, but I see it in your heart, and I care. Some of you feel torn between who you are and who you think I want you to be. You feel a war inside, between identity and faith, between desire and design. You've prayed for me to take certain feelings away, but they remain. You've cried alone, wondering, do I still belong to God? You do. You still belong to me. You are still my child. I see your questions. I'm not afraid of them. You don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to wear masks in prayer. Bring me your confusion. Bring me your secrets. Bring me your deepest struggle. I am not intimidated by your humanity. I made you. I know every layer of your heart. And still, I love you. But I love you too much to leave you in places that hurt your soul. There is a version of love the world celebrates that leaves people emptier, not freer. I did not give you feelings to become your master. I gave you my spirit to become your guide. In Romans 12 verse 2, I said, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. The world will tell you, just be who you are. But I say, be who I created you to be, even when it's hard. I am not calling you to erase yourself. I am calling you to surrender yourself, so I can reveal the masterpiece I see in you. Surrender doesn't mean you'll stop feeling overnight, but it means you trust me enough to walk by faith, not by sight. And to those who have been rejected by churches, ridiculed for asking hard questions, or wounded in my name, I weep for how my truth was used as a weapon rather than a bomb. That was never my heart. I never meant for you to be shamed into silence. I meant for you to be loved into wholeness. You were never supposed to run from me. You were supposed to run to me. And here I am, arms wide open, not with condemnation, but with healing. If you've lived through trauma, if your first experience with sexuality was abuse, if you were exposed to things too young, too fast, if no one ever taught you your worth, and now you're trying to find it through bodies and attention, I'm calling you out of that pain. Not because I'm angry, but because you're drowning and I want to pull you to shore. Let me be the one to define you. Not your past. Not your desire. Not your wounds. Not your culture. Because I am the only one who knew your name before you were born. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. I am the only one who saw the nights you couldn't speak. I am the only one who can take shattered pieces and make them whole again. You may not feel strong enough to let go of what's been controlling you, but that's why I sent my spirit. Not to shame you, not to condemn you, but to empower you. In 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, I told you, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Yes, even in this, even in that struggle you hide from everyone, even there, my power works best. So don't give up. Don't give in to the lie that this is just who you are and you'll never change. You are who I say you are. And I say, you are redeemed. You are worth dying for. You are not too far. Child, I want your heart, not your perfection. I want your yes, even if it's shaking. I want your surrender, even if it comes through tears. I will walk with you every step. I will never leave. Even if you fall 1,000 times, I will still pick you up 1,001. This is not about religion. It's about restoration. It's about identity. It's about a love that doesn't walk away when things get messy. Let the world call you lost, but I call you mine. Let the enemy call you too broken, but I call you chosen. Let shame say you're ruined, but I call you redeemed. You are not disqualified from love. You are not disqualified from purity. You are not disqualified from purpose. You still have a future. You still have a calling. You still have me. And I'm not going anywhere. God,